This is CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. This is Python's Paradise, your film and music show, and this is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, I've had a few return guests come on back on Python's Paradise this year, and I got one of my loveliest guests from last year making a return. Go solve a little conspiracy theory from 35 years ago with me today. I got the lovely and beautiful and talented Lesleh Donaldson. How do you do, Lesleh?
Hi, how are you, Greg? Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. That's very sweet of you.
I got a kick out of a Facebook post you put on one day.
Yeah, I'm wild on there.
Well, you said something about, folks, this is not a dating service. Quit hitting me up.
I tell you, I'm flattered. I should be flattered rather than annoyed. But the fact is that, new people will add me as a friend, and we have mutual friends in that. And I think to myself, well, I don't know these people, and I guess maybe they're fans of the horror movies I was in. So I add them on. So,
yeah.
And I not realizing that maybe they're not fans of the horror movies. And they're just adding friends. Maybe I don't know. So they'll come into me privately and start saying, "Hi, can you chat? Are you married?" Or I'm just like, no, not on Facebook, please, not on Facebook. I mean, like I said, I should be flattered. It's because as you get older, you don't get a lot of offers anymore. But it is. I use Facebook. I kind of use it as an entertainment thing for me. I like to post goofy things and nice pictures and sentiments that I agree with. And where was I going with this? But I use the private messaging mostly for people I know, or family members, or close friends, or people in the industry, and so on and so forth. So there are other sites for that stuff.
Well, it's a good thing you're talking to me because I can set you up on some good dates. How about Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys?
Okay. I know you've talked to a lot of people, so I'm sure you could get me hooked up really good.
I'll hook you up with Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Or how about
awesome.
How about Harold from the Red Green Show?
Harold from the Red Green. I don't really watch those shows, and I should because I know that everybody talks about them. They love them. They say they're hilarious. So the funnier, the better.
I'm pulling your leg big time on these two.
I bet you are.
Yeah, I've never been tempted to ask anybody out on that I keep it professional when I talk to people I interview, but I find it funny. You're not the first person I've seen comment on the fact that people trying to hit them up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, God love them for trying. I think some people do view Facebook as a place to meet people, and it is. I mean, we're gather friends and meet new people. And like I said, it is a place for that. But it's just it's like one of those things where I just go, no, there's OkCupid and Match.com and all those other things to get that side of your life going, not on Facebook.
It's funny because I was sitting in at Boston Pizza one night here, and I was waiting for my order, and so I looked on my phone and kind of looked at the updates and on Facebook, and it said Lesleh Donaldson is dining at such and such a place with great friends, and I'm sitting here thinking, gee, what a coincidence! I'm dining by myself, but I'm dining.
Right. No, I mean, I don't use it. It's the check-in part of Facebook. I don't really use that a lot, and sometimes I just kind of go, oh, I could check in. I know people who do it all the time.
Yeah.
So when I remember, I do. I go checking in. I'm checking in. It's a nice restaurant. I let people know that where I am, and I say I'm with friends, and it's usually with Lisa. More often than not.
Boy, so, I'd love to have dinner with you and Lisa. The problem is I'm stuck here. Yeah, I know you guys are an hour behind me, but I've never been outside New Brunswick, and I'm kind of in a bad position. Not to get too personal, but I got somebody in my family that's got ALS. So.
Oh dear, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yep.
That's not good.
No, it's not. And it's never been in my family before. So
Wow.
yeah. So
I'm sorry to hear that. So you kind of are bound to be there.
well, the person's still active. It's affecting his speech
Okay.
more than anything, but he's still pretty active physically. But
Right.
it's kind of hit a hard blow to the family. So
Yeah. Oh dear. I bet it has. Yeah. Things like that are never easy to have to deal with.
no, but anyway, yeah. But that's one reason why I haven't been able to travel. And of course, you hear all these things going on with the airline flights lately. I don't know
Oh
if I want
yeah.
to. I don't know if I want to fly anywhere.
No, I know. I'm about to fly out Tuesday to see my kids in Arlington, Virginia, and I'm nervous. I'm just nervous about going across over the border and customs, and getting pulled off a flight,
Yeah,
dragging, kicking, and screaming. That would
yeah.
be a show.
Although
Totally.
I do have some news for you. Though I have made
Mhm.
donations to homeless shelter in your honor. Though
Oh, that you did. Yes, that's
I
awesome.
I
Thank you so much.
I
Yes,
did
I
do.
appreciate that.
I have done
And
that.
at some point, I will pie my face.
You know what? I've had a few takers on that. Lisa's has got some good hits.
Oh yeah, no, she did a good one. Yeah, that was a really funny
Well,
video of her.
Nancy McLaughlin from Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives did one.
Mhm.
She wanted to
Oh,
bring
cool.
members of the cast in for it, but she wasn't able to, so she brought a bunch of props from the movie up.
Ah,
And
nice.
yeah, and she did one, and it was really, really cool. And I had
Awesome.
and I had an author do one. Deborah Shelton from Body Double is set to do one.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she said she wants to get dressed up for it. And I said, you don't have to do that. She says, yeah, but it works better if I do, because she was a former Miss USA.
Right, right, right. Yeah. Well, that's very cool. I didn't think of that. It would be a good thing to do is to dress up.
And I had an author of the Friday the 13th trivia book author whose interview plays this weekend.
Uh-huh.
He not only did it, but he nominated people like Adrian King and people like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, because that appeals to young people. So, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I grew up with that kind of humor, so to me it kind of takes me back. So, I always loved the
Right.
old pie in the face joke. So,
Oh, it never gets old.
no, it doesn't.
Never gets old. And
But
I think it would be fun. I think we talked last time that it would be fun that we should pie me in the face.
yeah, I think that'd be fun if.
Yeah, I know she'd love it. She'd want to.
I think she said something to me about wanting to, like, she did one about Canadians before. I think she said about something doing with nominating Americans, but
Ah, okay.
yep. So I don't know whether she'll do it again or not, but you know what?
Right.
Hers got some really dynamite hits. So
That's awesome.
it got
That is
500 in
awesome.
under a week.
Fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, I did make the donation for you, and it's kind of
Great.
my way of showing gratitude back when somebody does this.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely that's fantastic, and I appreciate it because that is a big, huge issue. I can't tell you how many. I mean, it looks like it's doubled here. I mean, since I've been back to Toronto, I just can't get over the amount of people that are homeless on the
Yeah,
streets. And I mean, it's just and of course in New York too. I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. It shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be that way. So, and I know a lot of it has to do with mental illness as well, but.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just it just breaks my heart, when I see it. It just breaks my heart.
yeah. Well, you know what? Since I talked to you last, I got to check out a few of your movies, and I gotta say, I love Curtains. I love it the
Did you
best.
like it?
I
Good.
love it. And I had Lynn Griffin on here last October.
Okay.
Actually, she said to me, she goes, I should get hold of Lesleh because I can sit at the table with this plastic bag over my face from Black Christmas, and she could have her head in a toilet in the next
That's
table
right.
over.
People have told me to bring a toilet seat with me
And through
when I go to
her,
these conventions. I
yeah,
know. And she does bring a plastic bag. I've been to conventions with her. And I believe it was a horror-rama, and I want to say she brought a plastic bag with her to put over her head. I mean, it was hilarious. It's hilarious. She's got a great sense of humor.
She does.
And she really is somebody who is, thrilled to get out and meet the fans, as am I, at conventions. I don't do conventions enough. I'm not really sure why. Could be a reason. And it's fun to do them with her. And it's also fun to do them with Lisa, too, because, which I'm hoping Chris Alexander steps up to the plate this year and has us there. It would also be fun to get Lenore and maybe David Eisner and Jack Bloom out, and maybe Matt Craven. I don't know if he'd come up from LA for that, but just to get a bunch of, and Tracy Bregman too, to get a bunch of the Crawford Top 10 back together and have a little reunion, because I know that they would love to do it. So who knows? Fingers crossed. You never know. It could happen.
I thought it was funny because I was talking to Lynn, and I did not. Well, she mentioned that her husband Sean Sullivan was in the movie Ski Patrol, and I didn't remember Ski Patrol well, but I remember one character who had a couple of faces stuck to the side of his head, and he would talk with using these personalities. And I said, the one thing I remember about that movie was that character, and she said, that was my husband.
That's awesome. I know he's a guy also in
Wayne's World.
That? Mike Myers. Yeah, Wayne's World.
Yeah.
In the back seat, one that's getting ready to throw up. He's a fantastic actor. He's a real actor's actor. I mean, he's very physical. He's an incredible physical comedy actor.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep. So I ended up having him on as well. So and
Cool.
they're both going to do Doubtfire Phase at some point.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm heaving that out to as many people as I can.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, but I loved Curtains. I was so proud. That's a Canadian film. Of course, the National Canadian Film Day had just passed. I watched Class of 1984. I got to get Curtains on Blu-ray.
Right.
I really enjoyed that a lot.
Well, Curtains has it has quite a following, ironically, for something that almost didn't get finished. So it has you either love it or you hate it, or it's so bad it's good, or one of those things. You know what I mean? So it's like, who knows? I mean, who knows what the combination is of where the fans come from and do like it. But I think it's all just sort of the backstory of kind of how it was supposed to be one movie and then it became another movie, and the infighting between the director and the producer and all that stuff. So, it's just got that mystique about it. It's sort of rumored mystique. So it kind of takes on a life of its own, and I guess that's why it's so loved.
Well, you know what? I did not see this video, but I heard, looking at stuff on Curtains on the internet, I guess a band called Morticia, or Mortician or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a video?
I saw it. The skating scene?
Is that you? Because I heard the audio from it, but I haven't seen the video.
It's a music. I think it's a French Canadian band. Actually, I think they're from Montreal.
Okay.
And there's the scene where it's in an arena, though. Actually, it's not on a pond, and it's a young figure skater out on the ice, and then the hag, which is, I think it's a guy, but he's got a mask on and a scythe, and he's sort of after her. And so I was just like very honored, and made it into a music video, or the elements of that scene made it into a music video. It's very cool.
It's funny because Canadian comedian musician John Lajoie did the exact same thing with a scene in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. That I was interviewing Debbie Sue Voorhees for the second time. I had her on last year. I had her on just this past week, and I did not realize that song "A New Beginning" was that John Lajoie had done.
Ah, really?
And it was about how this scene where him as a young kid had saw this nude scene for the first time, and her character and the boyfriend being killed.
Right.
And I said to her, wow, that took me back, because my innocence was lost when my cousins baited me into watching Friday the 13th Part 2. And I
Oh,
saw my
okay.
first naked woman in that film. And I said, I can kind
Right.
of relate to that. It's weird. These horror films are teaching us about
Well,
sexuality
but you know what they say about horror films. Like back in the day,
back in the
it was
day.
like one step up from porn, really. Um, you
Yeah.
had to get naked. So I'm actually shocked. And people have said to me, why didn't they ever, like, in Happy Birthday to Me, why didn't you, when you pulled you over the back of the car, your blouse should have busted open. And I'm like, well, today it would have.
Yeah.
But back then they had a little bit more class.
Mm-hmm.
Or you would have seen the sex scene with me and John Vernon if it were shot today. Back then, no. So some of them were a little bit more racier than others. So yeah, I mean, that was where they were taking their chances in the horror movies. So while trying to tell a story.
Okay.
So yeah, no, they say you could get killed after you have sex.
Yep.
So yeah, my character in Happy Birthday to Me is a little bit of a rambunctious. Apparently, they talk about me as a bit of a slutty girl, I guess, of the group.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why that's why I get it first.
I get a kick out of the fact that it's John Vernon, the dean from Animal House.
I know, right? I know, nice man, real nice man. Lots of fun to work with.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I loved Curtains. I had a great time with it, and like I
Great.
said, I've interviewed you and Lynn, and if there's anybody else I can find, I'll further promote it. For its 35th anniversary
yeah.
next year, I'd gladly have you back on too.
Oh, sure, absolutely. Maybe we can have Lynn and I on together. I don't know. Linda Thorson, I think, is in New Jersey, and I know Samantha Egger is kind of, recognizing that she was in that.
I've tried to reach
I'm
out.
okay with it.
I've tried to reach out to Samantha Egger, and I haven't gotten a response because she was also in The Brood.
Right.
Yeah.
She did a few. Yeah, and then she was in the what is it? The Collector as well with
Yep.
Terrence Stamp, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was being collected.
Yeah, exactly. So she's got quite the kind of legacy there too. So
Yeah.
of horror. So she would be a good one to have on your show.
Yeah.
Keep reaching out. You never know.
But and I also saw Funeral Home. Mittens the kitten.
Yeah. Yes, Mittens the kitten was my savior, ironically.
Yeah, that cat didn't like you a whole lot.
Well, yeah, it didn't. And I didn't like it more than that. I think it was my fear, the character's fear of the cat. She didn't like cats, so
Yeah.
warning me, and I was paying attention. It was telling me, "Grandma's not well, dear," and I wasn't listening to it, so I was running from it. So, hence your Little Red Riding Hood character there. So, yeah, no, it was a great experience doing that.
Yeah, I watched that. I remember I sent a message to you that night I was watching it. That I was
Yeah.
watching it and you put Mittens the kitten. I'm like, oh, that's the name of the cat.
Yes, Mittens the kitten. I know, and it's really on a side note. I had the great pleasure of talking to Bill Fruitt not too long ago. I hadn't spoken to him in years,
Okay.
and he and I had a nice little chat on the phone. So he had said somebody got in touch with him. They were wanting to either do a remake or a sequel. Now I don't know who that person is, but if they're listening, call me. Let's chat.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm actually older than Kay Hawtrey was when she played the grandmother role in that movie. I think
Okay.
she was in her late 40s, like she was like 49.
Oh, you're
maybe
30. You're
50.
39.
Yeah, I'm actually really 39. I'm trying to make myself older.
You're 39 to me.
Oh, shucks. Thank you. Thank you very much. I wish that was a good year.
Yeah. I was going to say too. What do you think Curtains would be like if instead of the Hag Witch, if it's Tanya Harding?
Oh, now there you go. You wouldn't have to use much makeup. Did I just say that? Ba-dum-cha. No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
You think that would scare you more than the Hag Witch?
I think so, yeah, because I would be wanting to protect my knees, definitely.
And of course,
fitting.
yeah, and of course, happy birthday to me as well. Celebrating
Right.
35 years last year.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and of course, Deadly Eyes.
Deadly Eyes.
We all know about
Yes.
that conspiracy. You hear about that conspiracy about hounds dressing up as rats?
I know. Back in the day with no CGI, they actually had to resort to doing crazy shit like that. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can swear on your show.
Oh,
but,
go ahead.
it was the Dachshunds. It was Dachshunds. So I, to this day, cannot look at a Dachshund without thinking of it as a rat. Because they are very close to the ground.
Yeah.
And I actually had to babysit a Dachshund last year, and I just didn't want that. I love animals. I would never hurt anyone else, but this dog I did not want to come near me. But I had to take it out for walks and stuff. But I look at these dogs, and I just keep thinking of, rats. Go figure.
It's like a Scooby-Doo thing. If it wasn't for those pesky kids, those Dachshunds would have gotten away with it.
I know. You see, it was funny because I hadn't even seen these dogs in these suits. I think it was until the movie theater scene.
Yeah.
When I finally went and I go, I got to go see this. And I walked in and I saw, because they were shooting the scene where they all come out from behind the curtain and descend into the audience.
Yeah.
And I was up in the back watching them shoot it, and I couldn't believe it because they had like gloms of raw meat, bloodied meat.
Okay.
Like that they were moving, and so that the dogs would, because I don't think they could see in the suit, so they went by their smell. So they went towards the meat.
Okay.
And that's how they kind of all just sort of, moved in a certain direction because the thing they had to do back then just to make everything work. Now they just put CGI. They CGI everything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, I saw Deadly Eyes, and I didn't care much for the baby scene at the beginning of it. Wasn't too keen on that.
That's a little. That was not good. But,
yeah, they didn't show it, but at the same
value.
token, yeah. But
Shock value.
yeah, it was shock value, all right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I was kind of more interested in the subplot regarding Lisa and the teacher than rats.
She was hot for teacher.
Yeah, I'm like, if she was just over the age of 18, her character, I'd be like, go with Lisa over the other woman.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, Lisa is, and still is to this day, a very good-looking woman.
Oh, I think so.
She looks amazing. And not only is she incredibly good-looking, but she's also incredibly nice.
Yeah, when she did the Doubtfire challenge, like I've made donations to the Single Moms Planet because I know that was her charity, and I still get updates from them, and
wow.
Of course, I can't go to California to take part in their events, but it was really cool that they sent me a little card with like a thank you note, and I was like, they didn't have to do that, but hey, I appreciate it. It shows that
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I appreciate the fact she did that, and I'm always supportive in anything she does. So yeah, but I found in Deadly Eyes, I was like a little more interested in her subplot. Speaking of Deadly Eyes, and it's weird because I know I've been trying to celebrate the 35th anniversary of Class of 1984 this year, and I've interviewed 4 people from that film, including Lisa and Stefan Arngrim. I've had Mary Lynn Ross on here twice, and Gord Lewis from Teenage Head. But I know Lisa said that Joe Kell would be open to talking, and I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's weird because online, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I click his name, and it either has him, because I know he directed Lisa in Summer 11.
Yeah.
Well, I'll either find a list of films where he's credited for Summer 11 in that Special People he did with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, Class of '84 and Deadly Eyes aren't even mentioned.
Really? Well, because his name was Joe Kelly.
Okay.
And I think there was Joseph Kelly. And I think there was another Joseph Kelly registered with SAG. So he had to change his name to Joe Kell. So it might be because of that. But it also might be because it, like a lot of people who did horror movies back in the day, and I'll say for a long time I was one of them, don't really want to remember that. Don't want to acknowledge those movies because, they're horror movies. They're not, they're not The French Lieutenant's Woman. They're not Sophie's Choice. They're like horror movies. And, that's why I would say to Lynn some days on curtains, I'd be like, don't worry about it. Nobody's going to see this.
Yeah, but
that backfired. A lot of people saw it. So, so it's like it wasn't until people started acknowledging these movies and like as fans and saying they love these movies and they're some of them are their favorite movies. Did some of us go, oh, wait a minute, wow, that's really awesome. I'm so glad we did them. So I don't know what Joe. I mean, I think he's receptive to it now. Because when I was out in LA a couple of years ago, I went to the Bakersfield convention with Lisa and Eileen Dietz, and I actually got into the Bakersfield convention through Eileen, and then brought along Lisa, and Joe Kell showed up.
Okay.
He wanted to see what this was all about. I mean, he came with no pictures or anything. He just came to sit with us, and we kind of took a trip down memory lane with, because I hadn't seen him since the early 80s because Lisa had moved off to LA, and then Joe Kell moved off to LA, and so they kind of went their way and I went my way, and we didn't keep in touch until recently. So it was really great to see him, and he was kind of mystified and kind of amused by all of this. So I think it's one of those things where he probably would be more receptive now to talking about it.
Okay.
Because I think he finds it all really, really kind of crazy cool that people remember him from those movies.
Does he have a web page where he teaches acting?
I don't know if he did, but I know that he does. He films. He does like self-taping.
Okay, that was him.
That they have to do a scene.
That was where I reached out to him. I was like, okay, I knew I had the right person. Right. He self-tapes. He does if you need to, you can't be there, but you need to send your audition in to the casting people. You go to him and he puts you on tape. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've messaged him a couple times. I never heard back, but I started wondering, with the weird thing where some places doesn't have Class of 1984 and Deadly Eyes mentioned, and then there's places where Summer 11 and Special People are mentioned. I was like, am I dealing with two different people here? Right.
Probably it's the same one. I don't know why. I mean, it might just be that, again, like I said, he was maybe a little bit more proud of his work in those movies. I don't know. I don't know what the reasons are. But I'd reach out again because to respond. We'll just get on his butt. We'll light him. Come on.
Sure.
Dr. Greg, let's go.
We can do that. Yeah. I've done several interviews this year, just celebrating anniversaries of film, and so it's fun to promote stuff that, especially stuff that I own. Home video. It's just nice to promote them, and I've been amazed at some of the contacts I have made. Thank goodness for social media.
I know, right? Social media. I tell you, I mean, I swear to you, if I ever win an Oscar, I'm just getting a shout out. It really is. Like Tinder and Facebook both will be thanked.
Yeah.
Kid you not. It's like so weird. It's like, really? You talk on social media? I'm like, yeah, I do. We do. Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's real weird. But it's also fantastic because it really, you can promote your stuff there, and you get to interact with, your fans, and it's great.
Well, there was amazing
It's a great
connections
thing.
I made last year. Like, I couldn't believe it. I had Alfred Hitchcock's granddaughter on my show.
I know. I saw that. That's awesome.
Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, am I
Yeah.
actually talking to the granddaughter? Because he's
Yeah.
what got me into film in the first place.
Right. Right. Oh, of course, all of us. I mean, he's sort of the beginning of all that horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's the grand master of it all.
Yeah. But Deadly Eyes celebrating 35 years.
Wow.
Now,
Am I that old?
you're not that old. I would have been 10 that
God.
year.
You were what?
I would have been 10 in 1982.
10. Yeah, I was 18.
You were 18.
17 or 18.
I remember you telling me that on the set of Happy Birthday to Me, you kept trying to ditch your grandmother.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. At least that's really crazy that she remembers that too. But yeah, because I was 16. I was the youngest on
Yeah.
that film. It was like I was 16 and Tracy was 17, and then I think Lisa was like, I don't know, 20, and then they got older and older and older. I think maybe it was, I don't know, I want to say David Eisner, that might have been 25 maybe at the time, 25, 26. And it was just sort of like, but they got into their 20s. So I was the baby, and I wanted to hang out with them because they were so cool and they were so much older than me, and and they was like the up and coming actors of Canada at that time. So and Tracy and I kind of bonded, and then Lisa and I kind of bonded,
Yep.
and I just remember I was trying to like always tell Gran, you don't need to come to the set, Gran. It's all good. You don't need to come. You don't need to come to the set. It's all good. So, she wouldn't. She was pretty cool about it. She also chaperoned me to Winnipeg when I was doing the Daria Van Frank, and I was trying to ditch her there too. I was 15 at that time. So, and I was working with Thomas G. Waite, who was in The Thing and The Warriors. There's another interview you could probably get.
I just interviewed somebody from the Warriors. I had David
really?
Harris. Yeah, David Harris.
That's awesome. Well, let me know. I'll tell Tom to get in touch with Tom, and I'll tell him to do an interview with you. He's an amazing actor, and he's a good friend of mine. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I was trying to ditch. He's a good 10 years older than me, so I was trying to ditch my grandmother and go hang out with him because he was always playing his guitar and singing, and he was just cool, right? He was a young New York hit actor back then, and it was just like, I didn't want my grandmother around. My poor Gran. I miss her. She was my best friend. I miss her greatly. So
Yeah.
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was, like I said, 35 years ago. I remember last time you and I spoke, you had a movie coming out that should be out now, Abnormal Behavior.
Oh, yeah, Abnormal Attraction.
Abnormal Attraction. I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
I'm hoping it gets released this year. I think it is, maybe later this year, because they showed a trailer of it at an opening of another movie, The Purple something. I don't know what it was, but they played a trailer from the movie, and it got incredibly well received by just the audience. Loved it by the trailer. So hopefully it's going to be good. And it looks like I'm kind of sort of pivotal in the trailer because I kind of get that my character kind of gets things going. Yeah, I guess I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Malcolm McDowell is in that. What was it like
Yes,
working
he
with
is.
him?
Yeah, I didn't unfortunately get a chance to work with him. I worked with Bruce Davison.
Oh,
It was
okay.
incredible. Yeah. So my scenes were with him, and the other actors. Melanie, what's her name? Iglesias. Melanie Iglesias. She's a big Instagram star and I think YouTube star. I can't remember what show she's on. The young kids know who she is. I'm out to lunch. Grandma here doesn't know who anybody is anymore. So
So you didn't get to work with Alex and his three droogs, Pete, Georgie, and Dem?
No. Oh, you mean who's the? See, I'm brain dead today with the names. The porn guy. What's his name?
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy's in it too. I didn't get to work with him. I didn't get to work with Leslie Easterbrook. I just didn't get to work. Renee Gerlings I got to work with. She's awesome. But yeah, no, I didn't. All those Tyler Maine's in it, and even Eileen Dietz is in it. So it's sort of a three-parter movie. I'm in the first part with Bruce.
Okay.
And it's, without giving too much of it away, it's just sort of like, fairy tale creatures and humans kind of go to battle with each other, more or less.
Okay.
It's fascinating storyline, and it actually I was with the Fuzz on the Lens guys out at Arkansas Film Festival, Little Rock, not near Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Okay.
A couple of years ago, and the idea was kind of born then, but they were going to do it as a short film, and it just kind of grew into this feature. So, and they got these amazing actors, Michael Buscemi, Steve Buscemi's brother's in it, and Tom Hanks' brother's in it, and I mean it's all these great people. So, they got a whole list of. And Gottfried, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, gee.
I know. I didn't get to meet him either. I would have loved it because he's just so loud. Yeah. So he's yeah. I mean, hopefully he's coming out this year. I'll keep you posted.
Oh yeah, I'd be interested to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad you didn't get to work with Gilbert. I could see that.
Oh yeah, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Yeah. That would have been a lot of fun. Him and Ron Jeremy would have been a lot of fun.
Holy cow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So, I can actually say I'm in a movie with Ron Jeremy. Not many people can say that. Well, a lot of people can probably say that, but all right, never mind.
I've actually interviewed a few people that have been in movies with him,
Oh,
but
really?
yeah, but none of their names are coming to mind right now. But his name has definitely come up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I know you said about 40 minutes, and we're definitely coming down to there, and I don't want to keep you any more than you have.
Well, it's awesome to talk to you again.
You know what? It's always fun to talk to you and see your posts online, and
yes.
But I'm glad you're back in Canada, and
yeah, it's great to be back. I mean, it's such a great, I don't know why I left. It's such a, the quality of life here is just so amazing.
Well, I know why you left the States. The same reason why so many others want to leave the States.
Yeah, there's that. There's that, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's a nightmare.
Yeah.
My kids are there, and I'm getting ready to go down and see them next week, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, well, I hope you have a great trip. And
Thank you.
Yeah, and keep me posted when you do the Doubt Fire Challenge, and
oh, absolutely.
yeah, and
absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say before you go, though, I would love it if you do a plug for my show.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a little taping on the side here for the or just now?
No, we'll do it right now. Just
Okay.
State your name and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert. My show is Python's Paradise, and I'm in New
Paradise.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm in New Brunswick, Canada.
Okay. All right. So this is Lesleh Donaldson, and I am talking to the amazing Greg Gilbert of Python's Paradise in New Brunswick, Canada. And I suggest you all listen to him all the time. He's a fun guy to have as an interviewer, and I look forward to coming back again.
We're going to celebrate. Yeah, we're going to celebrate 35 years of Curtains next year. I'll have you back. And
awesome.
Yeah, and if you're out dining with Lisa, you tell her I said hello.
I definitely will. I'll probably see her maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, I know she's been busy. Mike told me she's been busy, but Mike's been keeping me busy too. she's producing now. Yeah, I hear her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing really well. She loves her job. So, yeah, she's a busy girl.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Mike's told me she's been busy, and Mike's been keeping me busy.
Yes, this is good. Yes, I'm happy to hear that.
That is good. Well, yeah, Lesleh, I'm so happy to have you on here again today, and it's always an honor and pleasure, and I'm happy to know you, even though I have not met you. I hope someday too.
Oh yes, that would be nice.
I would love to
That
go
would
to
be awesome.
Toronto. I'd love to go to Toronto, but
Well, you never know. Maybe we'll come out there to you. Do you have horror conventions out there?
you know what? We don't have anything like that out here, and that kind of like bothers
Well, no,
me.
that's a shame. That needs to happen.
Oh, gee, yeah. I mean, here, especially here in Fredericton, we were lucky to have Brian Adams perform at the Aiken Center here,
Wow.
but we don't.
Well,
Yeah,
let's see how we can make that happen. You know, it starts small and it grows. So, you know, or even a horror film festival kind of thing for a weekend is another one. You can get people out for that.
yeah. No, I'd
There you
love,
go.
I'd love to meet you and Lisa.
Yeah, we'll come. We'll gladly come.
Well, I am
Food for
going.
thought.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a happy thought, or maybe someday, maybe if I get too rambunctious and am able to. Right now, I can't get out to Toronto.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
check out the
That
sights.
would be fun. You got it. We'll show you around.
I would go to all the places where Class of 1984 was shot, and I'd go find that
Yep.
house where Black Christmas was shot, and I'd go to the zoo.
And the zoo. Yeah, you got to go to the zoo.
Yeah,
And the aquarium. There you go.
the
And the
aquarium,
CN Tower.
the CN
Yeah.
Tower. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all those places.
Well, I guess, yeah, I don't maybe not the CN Tower so much anymore. That was a big thing in the 70s and 80s. But, you know, you got to go see the sights.
Well, if I see you and Lisa, I'm already seeing the sights. I'm seeing the loveliest
Like I said,
sights.
you always know the right thing to say.
I do. That's how I got through school.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, if I see you and Lisa, I'm already seeing the loveliest sights of all.
Oh, shucks.
There you go.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a blast as always.
Well, God bless you, Lesleh, and you have
Oh,
yourself a
you too.
wonderful day.
I will. You too, my friend. Take care.
Yep. Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye,
bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.